In 1882, Joseph and Martha, along with their toddler Oscar, had a lot to be grateful for. They had found refuge and a home in Illinois. They were renting a brick cottage on Watt Avenue in the newly established town of Pullman, 14 miles south of Chicago. But this home was different, and nothing like any worker's cottage that they had seen before. The home was not only functional, but beautiful. It had a red brick exterior, mansard roof, large windows, along with corbel projections on the second floor. But the home was built for a modern 19th century family. It had 1,600 square feet of space. It included a living room, dining room, kitchen, bathroom, a basement, and plenty of bedrooms for their children and extended family. It was a world of difference from where they came from in Virginia. Although they were free African Americans whose family lived in the Lynchburg area for generations, the political temperature during the Jim Crow era was not improving. Joseph and Martha lived under a strict code of behavior and were forced to sign the Free Negro Registers, a document used to monitor and track the movements of black people. After Joseph inherited his father's farm, hostile neighbors burnt the barn down. Joseph and Martha knew that they had to leave. They were told to go west and move to Chicago, where there was a man named Pullman who was hiring black people. That's all Joseph and Martha needed to hear. They packed their bags, took Oscar, and headed to make their home in Illinois. There was indeed a man named Pullman. He was George Pullman, and he was building an empire creating luxurious train cars. Joseph was a teamster, and as someone who worked with horses, he could easily find a job there. In addition, there was housing available for workers, only a few blocks from the factory, newly designed shops where Martha could purchase fresh meats, produce, and other products, a church where they could worship, and even a free school for Oscar. They finally had a chance to live in happiness without the threat of violence, and they wouldn't need to register every 3 years. They had found a home in Illinois. Joseph was loving and patient, but a straight-talking man. He was head of the household. Many of the other workers at Pullman were from Europe, and Joseph learned German phrases from his neighbors and even recited German poems to his children. Martha learned to cook German stew with potatoes and meat. They were fully integrated into the model community. While Joseph was working for the Pullman Company, Martha was the homemaker. She raised 5 children and kept up the house. Every day she would bring in the eggs, prepare the meals, do the laundry, and take care of the children. Both Martha and Joseph stressed the importance of education to all of their children and reminded them that because they were colored, they would have to work twice as hard as other people just to survive. The Jordans raised 5 children in Pullman. Martha died in 1923, and Joseph died in 1940. And Oscar, the toddler that they brought from Virginia, he stayed on the south side of Chicago his entire life, until 1989, dying at the age of 108. The Jordans, along with thousands of other families, found safety, work, and happiness in Pullman, and a home in Illinois.